Hey guys, what's going on? Eric Gilbert here with Seller Success Logistics. Today we are talking about how to resolve product quality issues. Maybe you've had your listing taken down by Amazon for NCX issues or product quality issues, too many returns, things like that. And now you're asking yourself, what do I do now? I cannot sell my goods on Amazon. So again, my name's Eric. A little bit about myself. I've been an Amazon seller for 2 years now and recently started a 3PL here in Tulsa, Oklahoma called Seller Success Logistics. And we help Amazon sellers with storage, forwarding to Amazon, fulfillment to the end customer, and value-added things like inspections to help with issues like this. So we really try to frame ourselves as a 3PL that solves problems for Amazon sellers such as yourself. So we're a partner for you guys. So to start off, as an Amazon seller, I've owned two relatively successful products that have been fragile. And the problem with fragile products that I've run into is that Amazon's not very, let's say, easy. They're not very, they do not treat fragile products any differently than any other product. And so I've had tons of customer returns for damage, so much so that I've had issues with getting my listing removed by Amazon for NCX orders. So I've gone through the ringer multiple times where I've had both products taken down initially. You go back to Amazon and say, hey, it was transportation damage, whatever it may be. They'll relist your listing. And then normally about a month later, you'll get more refunds for orders that had product quality issues, and Amazon will take it down and you'll have to do an action plan. So what I wanted to do today was just go through some best practices that I found, not only with my own products, but also helping to inspect thousands of other products for Amazon sellers, to not only how to get back on Amazon and create an action plan, which normally includes inspection of products, but also to how to get refunded by your supplier through Alibaba and also Amazon. It's pretty crazy. You can actually get refunded by your supplier for any future orders you have, sometimes for orders that you put in the past if there's some massive product quality damage, but even Amazon will refund you for damage that occurs in transit. So pretty huge for Amazon sellers. I know a lot of people may be freaking out if they're not able to sell their product, but to be able to get a little bit of money back, if not all of your money back on these products, is going to be a huge win for you. So I'm going to jump into screen share, and we will jump in. Okay, so here you can see this is a little one-pager that I've made, all about the ultimate guide to product quality issues, how to learn how to get refunded by Alibaba and Amazon if you have product quality issues. So today I'm going to be sharing 6 secrets and a couple bonus secrets with you guys. So we'll jump right in. So to explain the strategy a little bit, really what you want to do is we're trying to get the most money back for these defective units. And normally that will be you having to pull out, create an action plan and inspect it, spend a little money on inspection. But what that's going to do is it's going to get all the good units back to Amazon. And then for those bad units, what we can do is get refunded by, like I mentioned, Alibaba with your supplier, or through Amazon for transit damage. And I'm going to show you step-by-step exactly how to do that. So really all it takes is inspecting your products, categorizing it the right way, having a strategy for your inspection, taking the right pictures, and then going and getting refunds. I'll show you how to do that real fast. Sending your goods back to Amazon and how to do that cheaply. And as a 3PL, have some secrets of how to do that. And then really how to dispose or liquidate defective units to try to make a return on those units that you're normally, you just have to eat the cost there. And then we'll talk about some bonus secrets. So step 1, have an inspection strategy. So what I like to tell people is, hey, when you're having product quality issues, let's say you want to inspect the goods yourself. Amazon says, hey, you need an action plan. And so you create a removal order and send all of your goods to Amazon, or excuse me, to your house, and you're going to inspect them yourself. So what you want to do is, what I tell people is, hey, inspect the first 20 units that arrive, and let's write down all of the different quality issues that could take place. So that could be, something's broken, or something's missing from your supplier, or lots of different issues. There could be paint smudges, all sorts of different things. So what I want you to do is inspect 20 units, put all of those into this spreadsheet right here. You can say paint, smudge, missing piece. You'd have a broken unit. Okay, so you're going to write down all of your different product quality issues. So that's step one. So do that for 20 products and you'll get a really rough estimate of the major categories and start to group those into categories. And then what you want to do is you want to group all of these different inspection issues into either production issues or transportation issues. So for production issues, really that's going to be anything that's related to your supplier where they agree that they're going to send you a good product and they did not send you a good product. So that would be paint issues, anything that's missing from the unit, or other things like that. And then transportation damage is going to be on the Amazon side. If there was something that broken, if your unit arrived broken or chipped or something, your box was open, whatever it may be, that can be related to transportation damage. So production issues, we're going to get refunded by the supplier. Transportation issues, we're going to get refunded by Amazon. So then secret 3, you got to take the right pictures. So if you just take a picture of 1 or 2 issues and send it to your supplier, normally they're going to push back and say, hey, unless it's pretty crazy damage, we're not going to do anything about it. And so what you need to do is you need to document and build this case for what kind of production issues you have. So for production issues, all you need to do is take pictures of the specific defect. And you may be taking thousands of almost the exact same pictures, but keep doing it. Keep taking pictures of that exact same issue. And then you're going to be able to send all 100 pictures to your supplier and say, hey, here's the 100 units out of my 1,000 unit order that had issues, 10% reject rate. And then you can start to have a conversation and negotiate with them. On the flip side, we'll talk about that next, what you do with Alibaba. But for transportation damage, Amazon is a little bit more specific. You have to take 3 different pictures for each defect, but normally this is going to be a smaller amount of transportation damage. So for one product that I had, there was a lid that went on to a product, and that lid would get busted due to transportation damage of throwing boxes around. So you have to take 3 pictures for Amazon. The first one is picture of the damage. Take a picture just like the production issue picture. Step 2 is you need to take a picture of either the packing slip. So Amazon will send a little piece of paper about this big, and it'll have all of the information of the removal order, how many units were in the box. So you'll take a picture of that, or you can take a picture of the shipping label that's on the outside of the box that has the tracking number and where they sent it to your house. And then the third final picture for Amazon to get refunded by them is you need to take a picture of the box that the goods arrived in. So normally that box is going to be all smashed up. I try to show where the damage might be on the box and how that could have impacted the products inside. So really just one picture of the damage, picture of the packing slip or the shipping label, and a picture of the box. And what I like to do is I like to create a Google Drive and throw all of those pictures into a Google Drive just so they're easy to share. All right, step 4, how to get refunded by Alibaba or Amazon. So first off, normally if you're a normal Amazon seller, you're going to have your first production order. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Sorry about that. That was my UPS driver. We are running a 3PL here. Okay, step 4. We're going to resume share. All right, so step 4, secret 4, how to get refunded from Alibaba and Amazon. So first off, I'd say go to your supplier. Like I mentioned, Amazon seller, normal Amazon seller, you're going to have your first production order. You're going to come, you're going to sell it for a couple months, and then you're going to maybe run into too many returns for product quality issues. And so then Amazon's going to take your listing down. You'll try to put it up, and we can talk through that. And then if they shut you down again, you're going to have to create an action plan. And so what you can do is normal Amazon sellers will have a second production order in the works after about a month of sales on that first production order. And so what you can do is I recommend use Alibaba Trade Assurance to purchase your 30% down for your production. And at that point, if the first production run is having lots of quality issues, you can go to Alibaba and you can say, hey, I want refunded for this next production because there are too many quality issues with the first production run. So what you can do, you can log into your Alibaba here. You can go to orders and you can do refund requests. And here will be all of your orders. I don't have any orders currently with Alibaba because I'm focused on my 3PL business. But you can go in there and you can click select a refund and you can explain why, and you'll send in some pictures. And Alibaba is really great about helping the buyer to get a refund for that. On the Amazon side, Here's my Amazon seller account. Please don't get any nasty information, but you can go to help up here. This is the best way that I found to get help from, get support from Seller Central. So if you go to help, you'll go to the very bottom and you'll say get support. This is instead of just doing a generic case, you'll go selling on Amazon. And then you'll go to the bottom, browse for your issue in the menu. And then you can go in here and find the correct category for your issue. So normally it may be product reviews, investigate other product listing inventory issues. And you can go in there and you can create a case there and send Amazon a couple of those 3 pictures that I mentioned. And they'll ask for more pictures and you send those in and they'll work with you to get refunded. So make sure you just respond in a timely manner. And Amazon's actually really good about this. I didn't know that was the case, but they are really great about paying you back for that. Okay, now step 5. So we've got all the good units and all the bad units inspected. We're starting to get refunds from Alibaba and from Amazon and from your supplier. Now, what do you do with those good units? You went through and you inspected them all. And here's what I recommend for sellers who are sending in more than, let's say, 10 cartons, 10, 15 cartons to Amazon. So you repack all of your good units back in your carton that your supplier sent them in. Actually, whenever you create a removal order, they'll come in 1s and 2s and 3s in a box. And so what you'll need to do is you'll need to open those boxes up as you inspect them, throw those Amazon boxes away, and you'll want to go to either Uline or your local Staples or Office Depot. And what I recommend, the cheapest box is a 20-inch by 20-inch by 20-inch box. And you just fit as many units as you can into that size box. And if you're able, I'd say one of the best things you can do is to try to save money instead of doing SPD, which is small parcel delivery, which is sending loose cartons. If you have a 3PL or if you have access to someone with a truck dock or a forklift or something like that, you can actually send things LTL. And so you can go buy a pallet for about $5 and you can save about half of what it costs to ship stuff into Amazon by using LTL, which is less than truckload, which is pretty much just goods stacked on a pallet and then wrapped in shrink wrap. And so that I highly recommend that. That's just a great way for Amazon sellers to start saving money as they start to grow. So that's how to do it the cheapest way possible. And if not, if you don't have a loading dock, you don't have a forklift, which most people don't, you can always use a local 3PL, and we would love to help you out. SellerSuccessLogistics.com if you're interested there. And then secret 6, how to dispose or liquidate defective units to try to make a return on those. So you're already trying to get refunded for these defective units by your supplier and by Amazon, but actually you can actually end up turning a profit on these products by selling them. I recommend through either you can dispose of them, just throw them away. You kind of lose money there, but you can liquidate them through Facebook Marketplace, which is a really great way. I've had a couple products that had like damaged packaging that I didn't want to sell on Amazon, and you can list that down, to 3/4 of the price and make a Facebook ad, make a Facebook listing for that product. And honestly, they sell really great, and shipping is really easy through Facebook. So I highly recommend liquidating stuff through Facebook Marketplace, which is people really looking for a deal. Or if you have way too many units that are defective, what you can do is you can go to a place like ridmyinventory.com. And there's tons of websites like this. If you just go into any of your Amazon Facebook groups, you can find liquidation groups. But Rid My Inventory is one example of a guy that I know who runs this, and pretty much it's an open marketplace for Amazon sellers to try to liquidate their goods in bulk. And so you say, hey, I have a pallet of goods. You say, hey, I'm a seller. You go in there, talk about what your product is, what kind of issues you're having. Even if it's not selling, this is a great way to get rid of it. Other people may want to try to sell it on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace if that takes too much time. So that's a really great option for you if you're trying to liquidate your goods. And then really, I want to add a ton of value to you here. And so the bonus secret is this free inspection report. And so you can go in here and you can download this Google Sheet that I've made, which is really just a world-class tool to keep track of everything that you're tracking. So How to use this, you can put your logo here, put your company name, your company location. You can put your name here. The date will update automatically, and put your supplier SKU number here. And so what you can do, you can go to File, make a copy, and you can download this onto your own Google Drive and have this ready to go. And so what I like to do is I like to inspect my goods in batches. So I put the date, the batch number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then really all the grayed out already has equations already built in. So all you'll do for every good unit, you'll add one there, and then for every bad unit, you just list out your types of defect here. So I have some examples here from one inspection that I did, and you start to tally up the number of defective units you had that issue. And this is going to be really powerful as you communicate to your supplier what the issues are and how many you're finding. And this defect rate is going to be huge numbers. As you can see, we averaged here 33, almost 34% reject rate, which is just awful. And so some of that was transit damage, transportation damage, but the majority of it was on the supplier side. And so really what you do here is I take this list, plug it in here, and put some pictures, some examples there, and you can just take this and create a PDF and send this to your supplier. And this is a really great way, also through Alibaba, just to try to get some money back there. So really powerful tactic here, really powerful tool. And then lastly, let's say, hey, you got 1,000 units and you can't sell them on Amazon, and hey, I don't have enough time. I'm doing new listings, new products, I'm doing product research. You don't have the time or desire to inspect your own products. We would love to help. So you can go click here. This will take you directly to our website, sellersuccesslogistics.com. And on here, you can see what we do. We do Amazon and e-commerce storage, forwarding, and fulfillment, a 3PL that solves problems at prices you'll love. And so you can request a quote here, and you can say, hey, I need inspection. And okay, we'll just scroll down to the bottom, and here's the get a quote section here. So you just put in your name, last name, email, and you can just put inspection and what services you need. I'll ask you a little information. This is normally for storage or forwarding, but we would love to help you, and we charge really cheap rates. Normally inspections start at around $1.50 per unit. And if you're selling it for $35 or something, it makes more than enough sense, especially helping you to try to get refunded from Alibaba and from Amazon. You're going to probably come out ahead in the whole deal. So lastly, I just wanted to talk about a case study with a buddy of mine, John, who was a customer of ours. And so what happened is he had about almost 800 units that Amazon shut down his listing and said, hey, you got too many returns and you're not allowed to sell anymore. And so he had to come up with an action plan. He contacted us and said, hey, I have 800 units that need inspected. So we negotiated a price, and he sent me all of his units. We went and inspected them all. We took pictures of every single defect that we found. We compiled all of that information for him, all the pictures. So all he had to do was just send that to his supplier, to Alibaba, to Amazon, and start to get refunded. So we did that for him, repackaged everything, and shipped it all back to Amazon, LTL, less than truckload, like I mentioned, in the cheapest way possible. So really, he had about $28,000 worth of goods that that Amazon was not going to allow him to sell, which is insane, $28,000. And that's sale price, obviously. So what we did, we charged overall, it was about $1,500 for the inspection, and he got $15,000 back of goods that he could sell. And we're helping him to liquidate those other goods that are not able to be sold on Amazon. So all in all, a little bit of investment goes a long way in this aspect. And we would love to help you with inspections if you're having that issue. So give us a call, get a quote from us, and we'd love to help you. So again, Eric Gilbert, hope you found this useful, and you can use this to help with your inspections, and all the best.